comprehensive overview of the research background is delved into the significance of the study on the usage pattern of filler words like and so among girls in sociolinguistic context. This section likely discuss about the existing research gap in the gender specific in investigating, emphasizing the importance of exploring linguistic nuisance among females, and also it may touch upon the role of filler words in communication, the influence of social cultural factors on the language use, and also the broader implication for understanding gender discourse in this research study. The research problem, we discovered that there are highly frequency and use of like and so in particular among adolescent girls in various social linguistic contexts. So it's eventually clarified that the function of these filler words in identity construction, social relationships, negotiation, and also affiliation expression within different group by looking at their linguistic characteristics, social cultural influence, and communicative purpose in terms of using filler words among girls. Identify the common filler words employed by female student of English language course in the University Polytech Malaysia UPTM, depending on communication settings, and also to analyze the potential influence of social factors such as peer group of education and also environments on the frequency of type of filler words used by female students of English language course in the University Polytech Malaysia, which is UPTM. For the research question, firstly, what are the prevalent filler words that used by girls in various sociolinguistic contexts? And the second one, what are the potential influence of social factor on the frequency and type of filler words that used by the girls? So for limitation, we believe that we might face several problems while conducting this research paper, which is limited size of sample participant, different use of filler word, and also lack of collective data. So limited size of sample participant might link with the lack of collective data, because while conducting this research paper, we know and we acknowledge that the time of conducting this research paper is might not link with other students. So they might have limited time or not free to answer our Google form. So due to that reason, we might face a limited sample of participants and also lack of collective data to sum up in our data collection chapter. So for different use of filler words, we know that and we acknowledge that women might use different filler words because we have much of filler words. So for this research, we only touch for like and so. So we might face different use of filler words among girls in UPTM. So for significance of this research paper, which is to seek understanding on how social factors would influence the language pattern on communication style of adolescent girl, which is for our sample UPTM girl student, and also to identify the common filler word that used by teenagers, which is female, in different communication setting. So for definition of term, we have about 5 terms, which is filler word, peer interaction, social cultural factors, educational content, and also social linguistic theory. So we move to the first one, which is filler word. So usually, for filler words, it's often referred by discourse marker, verbal crutches, or hesitation device that people use, and it appears in sentence which is like so, like, and you know. So basically, it's useful in communication, and even though they are sometimes seem redundant to unneeded, they can preserve the flow of the communication, discussion, and also can make the communication less coherent and clear. So the filler words is different in terms of the usage, depending on the language, dialect, and social setting. So for peer interaction, social context among people with comparable age of status. So in this study, it investigate how the girls, which is the females from UPTM student, choose their language. So including in this term is including the use of filler words that prove that the girls' communication or language influenced by their relationship with peer, which is with their friend. So it show that how females are socialized, or how they interact with people could influence their language and also communication skill. So we move to the third one, which is social cultural factor. So the word social culture can describe about how social and cultural element works to influence people's attitude, behavior within a group of society. Includes the way the cultural practice, symbols, and meaning that for them to interact dynamically with social culture. So it's different effects that society and culture have their own people's idea, action, values, and attitude that could be referred as social cultural factors. So, such as social norm, convention, tradition, language, or religion are only a few things that can be the components of to make this aspect. So, in one word, social cultural elements could influence how people view themselves, related to others, and make a decision in their daily life. So we move to the educational context. For this term, we use it to relate it with educational setting, which is it will connect with our study, which is to investigate the use of filler words among girls. So for better understanding on how this language pattern may differ depending on characteristics such as age, social contact, and also we might touch about different gender. So this study eventually intend examine about the frequency of kind of fillers word used by students in educational context, which is for our limitation, which is among English student or female UPTM student. So we also hope to learn about more verbal expression in scholarly setting, which is educational setting, communication style, and also language developed among them, which is female, while studying these courses in UPTM. So for the last one, for the last term, which is sociolinguistic theory. So sociolinguistic theory is basically about the study of how language operate in social and cultural context, especially in a context how social variable impact the language variety and the usage. So in this context, this theory will be utilized to examine the filler words usage among females, and also we could relate it on how we could find the linguistic characteristic and factors of and the factors that could influence the usage of filler words among female, or they could be related to the gender, age, activity, or socio-economic class, which is about hierarchy or so on.
Hi everyone, and I'll be presenting chapter 2, which will be studied with theoretical framework under the chapter 2 literature review. As you can see on the side, there is a framework for this study, which is includes the sociolinguistic theory, filter among usage among girls, and the reason why it is used, and expand enhancing appearance, correcting perfection, and also boosting competence, self-expression, and social influence. Okay, so starting off with the sociolinguistic theory, the partition framework from the research write-up on girls' use of filler words in sociolinguistic settings is provided by sociolinguistic theory, and according to this concept, people's linguistic behavior reflects their identity, socialization, and interactional context, and language usage is fundamentally impacted by social elements. The study of filler words usage among female applied English language students within this framework looks at how social connections, gender roles, and social cultural norms influence students' linguistic practices. Okay, so moving on to the next part, I'll be talking about the reason why filler is used among girls, and it is because using filler words can enhance someone's appearance, as they may soften the speaker's tone in delivering their speech and give off a more pleasant appearance. Other than that, the usage of filler words can also help correcting imperfections that is being made in speech, because filler words can act as language support to cover for the pauses or hesitations, which in a way they act as a stopper so so that the speakers can organize their thoughts without having to leave unpleasant silence and connect the pauses while maintaining the conversation flowing along. Apart from that, filler words can also boost girls' confidence through its usage, where girls can use it to give impression of confidence as it gives assurance in speech delivery. And filler words can also act as a self-expression of girls, because it helps in conveying different emotions. And lastly, the reason why filler words is used is because it can help girls in their social influence. This is because the girls may use filler words that are common among them in their social circle, which leads them to be able to establish connection in social interaction. Okay, the next part, 3.2, defining filler words. Okay, so filler words, what is filler words? Filler words are linguistic features that are used to fill the gaps and pauses between speech without conveying the essential meaning of the words. and it can without actually changing the flow of the speech. Okay, so filler words are also well known as decoys fillers or hesitation markers in the academic field of linguistics. Based on our findings, according to the study by Nordquist in 2020, filler words are practically meaningless words or phrases or sounds that indicate a pause or a delay in speaking. In addition to that, the author also adds that even though the filler words have minimal lexical context, they can actually contribute strategically to the utterance as it develops, which in the context of social linguistics, filler words are analyzed in the larger context of linguistic variety and social interaction, highlighting the complex roles and connotations for social dynamic and identity formation. And based on the second study that we found from Delaney A. In 2022, she said that fillers are widespread and universal, which functioning both cognitively and interactively. And although they help people understand and assimilate what is being said, the speaker may be using them unconsciously, which filler words are therefore necessary components of spoken conversation for both the speaker and the listener, as they indicate that a statement is about to be made, hold the floor, or maintain a turn. Point 3, gender and language. So filler words provide a focus for analyzing gender patterns and linguistic behaviors, and research on gender and language has existed as an important field of study within social linguistics. Research has repeatedly shown that there are gender disparities in the use of filter words, with women generally using more of them than males in both official and casual speech circumstances. Therefore, there is a study from Stevens A. in 2022, which he approves that women's talking patterns can help people sound more inclusive and build stronger relationship when we communicate. And all of these disparities might be attributed to gender norms and cultural expectations, according to which women are trained to speak in more cautious and accommodating ways, frequently using filters to soften statements or convey hesitation. On the other hand, in partial countries where language markers of respect and politeness are frequently linked with community, women's use of filler words has been seen as a reflection of their inferior status. In recent research, however, has also called into question long-held beliefs about gender and language, which emphasizing the complexity and diversity of language behavior among people and situations. Okay, so language is vital in development and negotiation of social identities during adolescence, and a crucial stage marked by deep identity discovery and growth. In social linguistic discourse, there is frequent misperception that the language used by young people, especially teenagers, is inferior because it contains a lot of filler words. Filler words like and so, among other linguistic traits, have historically been criticized as indicators of poor or insufficient speech, notably when employed by younger people, and prescriptive linguistic norms which place a premium in formal language standards and see departures from them as a sign of linguistic inadequacy or low IQ are frequently the source of this image. In addition, last but not least, for chapter 2.5, language variation and change. The use of the words like and so in social linguistic situations is greatly influenced by linguistic variety and shifts in teenage peer groups. Teens frequently create close-knit social groups with common language norms and practices, which affects how they use language. Language changes and innovations occur inside these peer groups as teenagers work out their identities and create social status. Hence, filler word use is a way for groups to show their solidarity and membership with specific linguistic traits, becoming more or less prestigious based on the rules and ideals of organizations. Following a study from Zhao APY in 2022, when used appropriately, filler words may be consoling. Certain expressions like and you know what I mean, when used in casual talks, can show that you're paying attention and you make your points more obvious. However, if you use them in the middle of a presentation or interview, they can undermine your credibility and message in general. Therefore, studying language variation change in light of complex interactions between social identity, peer pressure, and linguistic innovation in exploring the usage of filler words. Like and so among female students of English courses in University Polytech Malaysia UPTM in social linguistic context offers important insights into the dynamic behind females' use of filler words.
So we move to the third chapter, which is methodology. The chapter elucidates the rationale behind the chosen methodology, including the research design, participant selection criteria, data collection method, and also data analysis technique. By employing a systematic approach, this study aimed to unravel the nuances, intricacies of how these filler words would utilize within the social dynamic of adolescent female communication, which is female student of English language among UPTM. For research design, we divided into two subtopics, which is research approach and also sample of population. So we moved to the first one, which is approach. So in research approach, the approaches we use to utilize this study is quantitative approach. By using the observation method via Google Form, so the collecting data was adapted and altered from secondary sources. And for sample population, for this study, we estimated about for 30 respondents from the population of University Polytechs Malaysian, which is UPTM student from Applied English female student only. We move to the data collection method. So as I stated before in the previous slide, we use Google Forms platform for questionnaire. So for survey questionnaire, we already stated that we adapt and modified the following objective and also the previous secondary sources, which is previous study. So based on the secondary sources, the medium platform used for this research is Google Form, which is online platform survey to collect data. So in one word, this survey will be divided into two parts, which is part A and part B. So part A only contains personal information. So we include email, but it's not it's an optional. So people can use to fill it or not because we want to protect their privacy. And for part B, which we include basic question until in-depth question related to the usage of filler words among girls. So for this Google Form, we also invite male student to answer the form and also in order to look from their point of view and also from girls' point of view about the usage of filler words and also about their opinion on filler words usage among girls in sociolinguistic context regarding the setting, which is UPTM student.
Assalamualaikum and greetings to Madam Munifa. My name is Nur Aisyah Sofia binti Mama Anwar, and today I'll be continuing the presentation with chapter 4, which is finding and interpretation on exploring the usage of filler words like and so among girls in sociolinguistic context. So as you already know, we collect data by using survey questionnaire method, and the questionnaire consisted of two sections, which is section 1 demographics of the respondents and section 2 consists of 8 questions. As for section 1 demographics, we can conclude that the demographic of the respondents, the total of respondents is 30 respondents, which is the students. The age distribution, majority were 22 years old, followed by 23 years old, and others were 21, 24, and 25. So the gender, mostly female, consists of 70%, and the rest 30% is male. And current semester is mostly semester 4 students, which is 46.7%. Okay, so moving on to the section 2 question. The result is on the question 1, daily use of filler words. Mostly 80% answered yes. And the second question, ability to speak without the filler words. Mostly answered no, which is 42.3%. And the third question, agreement on the girls using filler words. Most of them answered yes. It then consists of 83.3%. And the next question, which is they believe that filler words make one appear less intelligent. mostly answer to some extent, which is 50%. And the next question, on their perception of filler words, the filler words making a person sound annoying. 56.7% answered sometimes. And their opinion on young girls using the filler words excessively, most of them 50% answered yes. And the next question, attitude towards the statement about the Valley Girl speech. 50% of them disagree with the statement. And the last, their reaction to the feeling discriminated due to the using filler words. Most of them, 34.8%, agree with the statement, and the rest disagree with the statement. So let's moving on to the interpretation. So basically, based on the findings, it is clear that there is a significant prevalence of the use of filler words like and so among the female students of English language courses at University Polytechnic Malaysia UPTM in various social-linguistic contexts. It is because majority of them admit that they use these filler words on a daily use, with a perception that girls use them more than males. So the social factors, including the peer groups and education, they admit that it can influence the filler words usage. Next, many believe that young girls use this word excessively, reflecting the societal awareness, and this insight contribute to a better understanding of how filler words are perceived and utilized by the female students at UPTM, highlighting the importance of considering the social factors in linguistic studies. So that's all from me. I will pass it to the next presenter.
Okay, so now that we're done with the conclusion, we're going to go into the suggestions. Moving forward, it is actually crucial to consider these findings in fostering deeper understanding of sociolinguistics dynamics, as these insights can be used to develop interventions that, can enhance effective communication skills while at the same time sensitizing to the aspects of language variation. With that, these are some of the suggestions that can be, considered when after conducting this research and going through the details of this particular study. So what we would like to suggest is that for the upcoming or future studies that are going to be done on this topic, researchers should delve deeper into the interconnections between language, gender, and the development of identity in exploring how societal norms and cultural expectations influence linguistic behavior across distinctive social groups. And through adopting an integrative approach, which incorporates sociolinguistics theory, gender studies, and educational psychology, the complexities of language used in present-day society can be highlighted by scholars or other upcoming researchers. Sorry for my cat. Then, of course, efforts should be made in order to address misconceptions concerning behavioral linguistics, and in particular, filler word usage among girls. And in doing so, it will actually be an opportunity for helping speakers embrace their linguistic diversity while at the same time cultivating effective communication skills that transcend gendered norms and societal expectations. That is what we have for suggestions. I apologize for my cat. Thank you for listening to our presentation. That's the end. Thank you. Okay, so now that we're done with the conclusion, we're going to go into the suggestions. Moving forward, it is actually crucial to consider these findings in fostering deeper understanding of sociolinguistics dynamics, as these insights can be used to develop interventions that, can enhance effective communication skills while at the same time sensitizing to the aspects of language variation. With that, these are some of the suggestions that can be, considered when after conducting this research and going through the details of this particular study. So what we would like to suggest is that for the upcoming or future studies that are going to be done on this topic, researchers should delve deeper into the interconnections between language, gender, and the development of identity in exploring how societal norms and cultural expectations influence linguistic behavior across distinctive social groups. And through adopting an integrative approach, which incorporates sociolinguistics theory, gender studies, and educational psychology, the complexities of language used in present day society can be highlighted by scholars or other upcoming researchers. Sorry for my cat. Then, of course, efforts should be made in order to address misconceptions concerning behavioral linguistics, and in particular filler word usage among girls. And in doing so, it will actually be an opportunity for helping speakers embrace their linguistic diversity while at the same time cultivating effective communication skills that transcend gendered norms and societal expectations. That is what we have for suggestions. I apologize for my cat. Thank you for listening to our presentation. Yeah, that's the end. Thank you.